Hey everybody, it's Matt with Everywhere Auto Repair. Today we're back out at this Toyota Camry, and this time we're going to show you how to replace a radiator on this 2004 Camry. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two 10 mils out on this air intake. Alright you guys, I didn't just show you the struggle right now, but basically this thing wasn't wanting to come out. I didn't understand why. So I looked down in here and I just kind of, you can see this thing goes down into here. And so I push down right here. And then it's connected to this thing down there. It looks like a white windshield wiper reservoir or something like that. And it's like attached down there. So I had to sit there with this pry bar. I put it on there. And then I used my left hand and I pulled up on this thing so that I could separate this thing right there. It looks like you might, I don't know, man. It looks like some kind of weird fillet through the air intake system. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. The next thing you're gonna do is take this hose clamp off right here. Alright guys, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take all these electrical connections, 1, 2, 3 it looks like. So get those electrical connections, and the way I get them out is I come in with a small screwdriver and I push it in there with one hand, and then with my left hand I'll come in and I'll push on this while the screwdriver is pushing in on this. And then that'll make it easy to come off. Also, you can spray it with some WD-40 and that'll help you get it off. This third one you don't actually have to unplug. It's just because it just connects to the two fan plugs. So what I did was I took my little screwdriver and I just went in there and pried it out. And then I'm going to take it, I'm going to set it off to the side. Now you're going to take your 10 mil and you're going to take this bolt out and this bolt. And then take this bolt out and then this bolt. Okay, then I'm going to take, there's a bolt right here, bolt right here. They're connecting the hood latch to this little center support or whatever you would call it. Now this 10 mil right here, you're gonna see why a ratcheting wrench is gonna come in handy, okay? Because you can't really you're never gonna get a ratchet in there. So you're gonna have to use some kind of wrench. So a ratcheting wrench is clutch. Before you pull the center support out, you're gonna have to press this button right here on both of these horns and unplug them. So now, see how much access that gives you to the radiator. He's just watching me work. Always staring. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out, there's this line right here. I'm just going to disconnect it right here because I can see it right here. And it goes down. And then there's the other end of this line right here goes down there. So I could fight trying to get all the stuff disconnected down there. But what I think I'll do instead is I'll disconnect this line. I'll disconnect this line right here, here, and here. And then I'll pull those hoses out and then I'll just transfer them onto the new radiator. Alright, I just want to share a couple more things with you about getting these hoses off, because this can be a real pain. So what I did on this one, you see I've been using vice grips and that just holds it open. And then I take this screwdriver and I kind of wormed it up in here, just kind of pulling it away. But then what I do with my left hand while my right hand is working the screwdriver is I take my left hand and I pull on this and I just twist it, okay? Now you might be worried about like ripping the hose or breaking the old hose. I'm trying to get out of this freaking sun, man. You cannot see me. There we go. But the truth is, if the hose is breaking or ripping like that, it just needs to be replaced. Like, if it can't survive you twisting it, you need to just replace it, okay? Because what'll happen otherwise is it'll leave you stranded. It'll leave you stranded because it'll blow out and your stuff will overheat. So I just thought that those couple tips would help you getting these really stuck on hoses off. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the other two hoses. I'm gonna worm a screwdriver up in there, and then I'm gonna twist it. I'm gonna twist the hose to break it free, and then it'll slide right off. All right, now we've got 10 mils right there, maybe some other places, but we got this clamp right here, this clamp over here. I'm hoping that the new radiator comes with these fittings, because I don't like taking these fittings off because they don't always want to go back on easily. But we got to get this fan off, and we got to go and get the new radiator right now. So according to AutoZone, there's like 2 thicknesses that the radiator could be. So I'm going to take this radiator with me, or I'm going to measure it while I'm here. So just keep that in mind, guys. All right, so AutoZone just delivered the new radiator. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hose on here, my hose on here. I'm gonna put my hose on here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and slide her back in, and I'll show you guys how that goes. Now I'm putting the fan back on. There's the 3 bolts up top. All right, so I've got all the hoses on there, and I'm setting it back in there, and then I'm gonna reconnect this hose right here, the two transmission cooler hoses, this coolant hose right here. All right, next I took this little thing and stuck it back in the fan. I plugged in this fan connection, and then I plugged in this fan connection. Now I set my center support back in there. There's 2 little plugs where the radiator fits in. Okay, so there, you see the little plastic stud coming off the top of the new radiator. The first 2 bolts I'm going to put in is I'm threading these ones that go to the hood latch in, and then we've got this one, and this one. Or excuse me, we've got this one, this one, and this one right now. And don't forget about this one back here behind the hood latch. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug in my horns. All right, there's really no easy way fighting this thing back in here. What I had to do first is get this notched back into that little reservoir right there. And I took the air cleaner off so I could actually see in there, and it helps me figure out what angle I need to angle this. But anyways, I got it on now. There's this bolt right here. There's this bolt right here. And that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put coolant back in it and fire it back up. Keep an eye up the hill, guys. What? Oh